Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Crafty Christmas in July 2023 YouTube collaboration that is hosted by Lisa from Paper Lace and Bling and Terry from Sweet Pea Papers. There's lots of YouTube channels that are participating, so check the description box below to check out more content from those channels. For my project, we are making a December Daily Traveler's Notebook using this cover. And in this video, we will begin working on spread number 5. So we're in the center of our first signature with this spread. So I have the second part of spread 4. Now I'm coming on the inside to spread number 5. So the first thing I have here is just a piece of the Warm Wishes paper that I'm going to place directly down on the paper, on the signature. And then I'm going to use these two cut-aparts to make flaps. And I'm going to use my metallic gold washi tape from Graphic 45 to do this. So I'm going to take the Joy piece and place it at the top, and the flower one and place it at the bottom. And I'm going to have about 1/4 inch from the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to take my gold washi tape and first going to stick it on this one. And I like to put glue underneath my washi tape to make sure that it stays adhered, because washi tape usually tends to be removable, and I do not want this to move once it is on my paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it down on my paper. And then I'm going to trim this. Then I'm going to take this piece and add my adhesive to the tape. And now I'll line this piece up with the edge of the paper. Now I'm going to open this and I'm going to take a second piece of my washi tape and I'm going to apply my adhesive on my paper and also on the base of the page. And I'm going to place a second piece of washi and then trim this at the end. So now this should be a flap if it's placed correctly. It will open and close. It's a little hard right now just because I have this lump from my piece on the back. But once you have it positioned correctly, there we go. So we're going to do the same thing with this bottom one. There will be an overlap in our pieces. We have to be careful with this one because I'm going to place my 5 down here. So we have to make sure that this piece is going to have more of the washi on the actual card than it is on the side of the page, like this one. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to take my 5 and adhere it to my page first, down this bottom corner, and then I'll place my page or my little flap on the page based on where this is. So first I'm going to put some adhesive on the front of my card, and I've got it positioned where I want it to be. So I'm going to hold it in place And I'm going to add some adhesive here. And place my washi tape down. And then cut away the extra. And then I'm going to add my adhesive on the card. And then on the base of the page. And then I'm going to take my washi and I'm going to make this one even now. So it's half on the card, half on the base. And then I'll cut away the extra. And then burnish this down. Now this one, I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the top one. I'm just going to burnish it and get the nice adherence, but also make sure that it folds nice and easily. And now I have my two little flaps on my page, so I can place little photos or I can journal on this, place pictures, lots of options for those little flaps. Now for the right side, I'm going to start with this black background. Then I've taken my postage stamp dies from Elizabeth Craft Design. And I've got these two pieces from that, but I cut a piece of metallic just a little bit larger that I want to be here between those layers just to make it stand out. So I'm going to layer these pieces up together. Then I've used my flourish from Elizabeth Craft Designs and the word grateful, it's a double layer. Also from Elizabeth Craft Designs, this is Annette Green's Everything's Blooming collection, as is this and these. So I'm going to place this down, layer this up, and then I'm going to come back and put all these pieces together on the layout. Now that I have my layers, I'm going to start with my postage stamp. I'm going to first glue this down to the page, and then I'm going to add the other pieces onto it as embellishments. So I'm going to place this in the center of the page. Then I'm going to take my flourish and place it here at the top of the page on top of my frame. So I want to be able to slide a photo up underneath of it, so I'm not going to put any adhesive on this bottom portion. And I'm going to place this, and it is exactly the same size as my page, so it's going to go to the end and to the score line in the middle. I'm just going to adhere this down. And then taking the grateful, I'm going to adhere this right down to the bottom, just below that cream cardstock. So it's adhered to the gold and the red and the black, but not on the cream. Well, except for this little tiny piece of the T that's sticking up. That's the only part that's actually on that cream cardstock. Next, I'm going to be taking some of my gems and placing them on my pages. First, I'm going to use the little red ones, and I'm going to add these up my wreath in regular intervals. So I'm trying to space these evenly. And it might not necessarily be in line with the red berries on the wreath in the paper. A lot of them are, but it's okay if it's not. And then I'm going to do the opposite side too. On this side, I'm going to be using the gold pieces, and I'm first going to start with the places on my swirl that look like they're rounded, kind of on the ends, and I'm going to go from there and decide if I need to add more in other places. Okay, so I have all of my gems added. I'm going to let them dry. This is it for spread number 5. We're halfway through our first signature, and then in the second half of this video, we're going to move on to spread number 6 once all this is dry. To start spread 6, I'm going to take this piece of the decorative paper and place it right in the center of my page on the cream color. Then I'm going to take the number 6 and place it in the top corner. And I fussy cut this piece from the paper, and I'm just going to place this down here, but I'm only going to adhere the bottom piece down so that a photo or something else can tuck behind it. Next, I'm going to use this die set here with this envelope to create a pocket. So this is going to be the pocket, but before I put this on the page, I've got a piece of trim that I've cut down. This is from Lisa from Paper Lace and Bling. And I'm just going to adhere this down to the bottom of my envelope. And then I'm going to add this to the page, but I'm going to add it so that it has 2 tuck spots instead of just the one like it's designed. So rather than adhering this down to the page, I'm just going to adhere the bottom piece so that it will catch the photo mat that I'm going to put in it. So I'm going to place my adhesive all across the bottom of the piece and on both sides of the envelope. And then I'm going to have it catch just there as well. And this is going to be the piece that goes in that, so I need to make sure that it'll still fit on there. So I'm going to place this towards the bottom of the page, just a little tiny bit above so that the lace isn't hanging off the edge of the page. And then this will come up here for the pocket. So now I used one of my squares or my rectangles from my postage stamp die, and this is from another set from Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's got different tabs in it, and I'm going to just add some adhesive to the front of this piece and place this right in the center at the top of this first. Then I'm going to take the second one and add adhesive on the whole entire tab and place it here on the back side. And then I'm going to take one of my stickers and just place it right in the center of my tag. And this one I'm going to put here in the back. And then I have another sticker. I backed it on some cardstock and I'm going to place this one here. So it's basically a double pocket with those different layers in it. Now I'm going to remove these and cut the border sticker just to go right across my page. So I'm going to cut this and apply this here. And then I'll place my tags back inside my envelope. And I'm going to add some gems to my layouts. For this one, I'm going to place a row of gems. I'm going to start with this one here. And then across here, I'm going to add gems too. On this side, I'm going to add some gems to the center of each of these swirls. And then I'm going to place one in the center of my tag, the top. I'm going to leave my layout like this. I know it's pretty plain overall, but I'm just going to leave it like this since a lot of the other layouts are pretty decorative. So that's all for spreads 5 and 6. Don't forget to check out all of the other YouTube channels that are linked in the description box below for lots of content on Christmas themed projects. You can check out some of the different shops listed below too. There are some specials running throughout the month. And don't forget to check back on my channel for the next video where we will be looking at doing spreads 7 and 8. Thank you for watching and have a great day.